Alright, all praise unto Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai. Double honors the apostles of GMS. Honest your brothers will be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the world. Okay. Now this is gonna be a quick video regarding Esau and how his infectious nature, okay, is going out there poisoning the world. Okay. The basic fundamentals that the Most High had set forth as being the right way of doing things, man. Okay, so we got some Hamitic women, okay, in the background out here, and these are supposedly women from Ethiopia and all of that, and they're fighting for what is a so-called equality and so on and so forth. Now let's just get one thing straight. Them Hamitic men, they do take it to a certain extreme, okay, where everything is balanced. But ultimately, this goes back onto Esau. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a few scriptures. It's gonna be a quick video, a quick hit, if you will, and I'm gonna expound the points I'm speaking about. So we got the book of Jeremiah, the 51st chapter and the 7th verse. This is Babylon. Okay, so let's pause there and understand what Babylon means, or what that pertains to, or what does that, what is the breadth of that word, what's being said there. It's Babylon. Okay, close our eyes with a picture what Babylon it means. Okay, so when we go into the scriptures and you understand the history, you find out there was a land, a place called Babylon that existed in historical times, and after the Babylonians, the Medo Persians, etc., etc. Okay, and Babylon was destroyed. Okay, but when we go into the prophecies, we also see there's a future Babylon. Okay, so now we need to understand what this word means. Okay, now the word means a land of confusion. Now, when you have a situation where women now are uncovering their hair, because we're talking about them Hamitic nations out here, we're talking about out there in Ethiopia. Traditionally speaking, these are people that got their hair covered. Okay, they ain't wearing, revealing clothes, tight clothes, and so on and so forth. They're in order. Okay, now you had this agenda pushed forth by Esau, pushed forth by the madman himself. Okay, the harbinger of death himself, Esau. Okay, and now you got the beginning. Okay, because this is not the ultimate end all be all, and we're gonna get into the end all be all of what comes out of this. Okay, because the beginning of it starts off as something reasonable. Okay, we want equality. That kind of sounds reasonable on the back of it. Okay, but what kind of equality are we talking about? We're talking about equality in the office. Are we talking about equality out there in terms of opportunities and so on and so forth? Okay, but ultimately what it comes down to is these women get to be equal to be a whore and a slut. Okay, because a man's nature is to dominate as much women as he can physically get his hands on. Okay, now what you have within Esau society, you have a situation where Esau said, oh, hold on a minute. Okay, you women should have the same equal right to go out there and be a slut. Okay, that's what Esau perpetuates within this society. That's why I got this article out here. Okay, this is dealing with 6 things you need to know about sex at universities, and that's what these women are ultimately pushing for now. On the face of it, it starts off as education and so on and so forth, which is what it started off out here. And this ain't nothing new. Okay, this ain't nothing new. Okay, you would have had the same type of movement out here within the United Kingdom, out there within the United States about equal rights and so on and so forth. And what have you had as a result of that? As a result of the so-called feminist movement and so on and so forth, and treating your woman like she's equal to you, you've had a cataclysmic, okay, fall of the fabric of a family structure. Okay, that being a man on the top, ordering his kids right, and ordering his kids to follow really ultimately the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, because the scripture talks about how the head of the man is Yahweh Shai. Okay, and he's supposed to be the head of the household, meaning to say what, that there's a direct hierarchy that the Most High has set forth for information to be passed down to the next generation. Okay, that going from the Most High, going into Yahweh, going into King David, and going into the men underneath them, and going on to the children, man. Okay, sometimes passing through the woman, you pass information to your woman and she teaches the kids. Okay, that's how information was supposed to be transpired. Okay, now when you got a situation of where we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna be equal. Okay, now you're on my level. You know what these people do? These women do? They go out there, they sleep with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, man. Okay, That's what is the physical manifestation of this so-called balance, okay, of this so-called movement for equal rights. And like I said, let's not get crazy out here, okay. Like I said, Ham, okay, which is these Ethiopian men, they do go to a certain extreme, okay, which they way off on it, okay. But as pertaining to the scriptures, there's an order of which these movements like this, you see in this, and you see the same thing with the feminist movement. You see the same thing out here with women in England talking about equality and same pay and same opportunities and so on and so forth. And the end result is just a bunch of hoes and sluts, man. Okay, that can't raise no kids, that can't keep a man because he can't cook. Okay, they can't clean. Okay, they haven't got no femininity about them. Okay, all right. But what do they have? They have that sex appeal. So what does a man do? A man goes in there, he hits it, and once that mouth starts running, guess what? He's off out there, man. Okay, and as it pertains to Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, that goes on to the curses because the scripture says what? Thy wife shall be a harlot within the streets. Okay. And that children's gonna be fatherless, man. All right, so the woman's a harlot in the streets, or dude sees, oh shit, okay, that's nice. Okay, she feels like she's on the same level as a man. She's gonna sleep with everybody she wants to sleep with. So dude gets that ass. Then she starts mouthing up because she feels like she's on some type of level. Guess what? That dude's leaving, man. Okay, and that's why you got the situation out here that you got all kind of black women, all kind of Latino women, all kind of Native American women. Okay, now raising up a bunch of kids with a bunch of different dads, man. Why? Because it goes back onto the curses, man. And the Most High uses Esau, okay, right, as the means of pushing forth that iniquity within the Israelite. I want to use the word community, but I'm going to use the word nation. Okay, so we're using this as a microcosm of what actually happened in the past as pertaining to the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. Okay. So let's go into this, okay. I'm gonna read this scripture and I'm gonna end it off on here, okay, to conclude the point, okay. So, because I don't want to linger too much on a carnal subject like this. These are, there's bigger spiritual strongholds that need to be attacked, okay. So Jeremiah the 51st chapter and the 7th verse, it says, Babylon, land of confusion, hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, okay, that made all the earth drunken. So this is an example of all the earth being drunken, man. I mean, you take a look at these faces, man. Now they're all feeling all proud and whatever. Okay, they feeling on some type of level and so on and so forth. And they're gonna be giving their so-called husbands out there, them Ethiopian men, all kind of hell now. Because why? Because they've been influenced, okay, by that Babylonian doctrine, man. Okay. But like I said, let's not get crazy out here. Ham does take order, quote unquote order onto a next step, man, with female genital mutilation and so on, which is way off. Okay, so it says here, that made all the earth drunken. Okay, the nations have drunken off the wine, and therefore the nations are mad. Okay, so when we set up our kingdom, they're gonna look back on themselves and like, wait, hold on a minute, we was losing our goddamn minds out here, man. Okay, because all of these people, they're gonna be worried about their careers, man. Okay, all of these women, they're gonna be worried about their careers. They ain't gonna be able to raise, good, healthy, strong, smart children, man, because they're gonna be focused on themselves. And that's what you have within this society. You had a bunch of hoes, okay, a bunch of sluts, okay, that want you to marry them. After everybody's got the milk for free, they want you to buy the cow, okay. And once you did that, okay, you're gonna raise some offspring, but they have no skills for raising these offspring because they was focused on being equal to you and having not focused enough on being a woman, man. But that's Babylon for you, man. And that's why we gotta get out of this kingdom. So let me finish off with this article right here, okay, just to prove a few points. Like I said, it's a bit of a base topic, okay, but I'll do it anyway, for the purposes of pushing forth informations out there, Okay, so it says 6 things you need to know about sex at university. So that's all that happens out there within. Okay, we're equal to you, so we're gonna go out there into them schools and so on and so forth. You see what they were, what was being said. They was talking about, they was talking about. See if I can get it. Okay, it was talking about. Okay, so gender based, like I said, that's Ham just going too far. Okay, all right, and then they was talking about more female students and so on and so forth, and education, whatever. Okay, and that all leads onto this the predominant thing Esau likes to sell, man, which is sex. Okay, and it wasn't like so in the ancient world. Okay, but that's the way Esau rolls. Okay, so it says here, the general assumption that when you go to is when you go to university, the uh, curriculum centers around sex and alcohol. Okay, it says in 2014, and it was reported that on Tinder, the dating app renowned for casual hookups, half of its users were aged 18 to 24. Okay, and based around universities. So what's going on out there in them universities when they're talking about, you need to get equality and be like men and so, and look, they go Egypt, Esau in the background there, and you're out there in in the Ham, in the land of Ham, man. That's crazy. Okay, so you know what they're worshiping. See, that's perfect right there. That's perfect because that illustrates the point I'm pushing home. They're following the ways of Esau, and they're being dragged down onto the end all be all, which is this, man. Okay, all right. So hopefully that was of edification. Hopefully that sparked some controversy and hopefully some biblical discussion and so on and so forth. Hopefully some strongholds were taken down and with that, I'm going to say, all praise unto Yahweh, Shemi Al Shai, double honors the apostles of GMS, honors you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.